Hey guys, what's up? It's Drake
and Matt from Branch Ministries, where we make disciples
who make disciples
until
the whole world hears.
So we're going to be talking to you guys a little bit about donating to Branch Ministries.
So why donate to Branch Ministries?
A lot of times when people donate to a mission trip, they don't see the difference. They don't see what actually happens. All they see is the money coming out of their pocket. They see it on their bank balance, but aside from that, they don't see a lot of difference. Sometimes they see the pictures and videos that come back, which is what we really want to be able to provide you guys with. But one trip I want to talk to you guys about specifically, and this also was a trip to the Dominican Republic. We had a fundraiser, and a lot of people donated their money, and they said, look, we don't see what actually happens. We know you guys do, but we do know something happens. So we want to be able to donate money and help make this possible. And this fundraiser actually raised $900, not for somebody to go on a trip, but towards the team that was going. They took $900. They bought supplies for this one trip. And one of the things that they bought with the $900 was a stack of Bibles. And in the Dominican Republic, they speak Spanish. So they were Spanish Bibles. So we had Bibles that were in their native language, and we brought it down and we handed them out. We gave them away. It was amazing. And then the trip ended. We came back home, and I actually went down a couple of months later, and I was staying with somebody who was actually a part of that trip, and he had a stack of the Bibles that was left over in his home, and they were in the closet in the very back, buried under a bunch of sheets and everything. And I went in the closet looking for something one day, and I came across the Bibles. When I came across the Bibles, I picked them up, I brought them over to him, and I said, did you know these were still there? And he goes, I've been looking for those. And he said, let's take them when we go do our next study. So we go to do a study down the street in this local church building. And some of the people that were there were actually from Haiti. And I remember just a couple days before that I had met them. And we were digging a hole. And we're digging like this hole, I mean, it is like 15 feet deep. And it's on the side of a mountain. And I'm in the hole with this guy and the guy I was staying with. And I find out that he had walked over from Haiti just a couple weeks ago. For 5 days straight, he walks up the mountain and he walks into the church building one Sunday morning, and they're having church service, and he sits down and he hears the gospel. And by the end of that time, he was talking with a preacher, and a couple days later, he was baptized. And he's now sitting there, he's digging that hole, and as I'm in the hole with him, we're helping to build on to the church building. And he was at that study that we went to. And I bring the Bibles over to that study, and I sit him down, and he didn't have a Bible, and his friend, who was also from Haiti, that had walked over with him, he had a Bible, but it was not in the best condition. I mean, this thing, it was just about black, all the pages were ripped up. It looked like it had been buried underground and left there for like 10 years. I mean, and this Bible, you couldn't barely read it. But this first guy, he didn't even have a Bible. So I hand them both a Bible. And they use it for the study. And after the study, the guy, he gives it back to me. And I say, no, it's for you, like solo party, like for you in Spanish. And if you're watching this and you speak Spanish, I know that was terrible. But I tell him, like, in Spanish, this is for you. And he looks at me. He spoke like 3 words in Spanish, but these were 2 of them. And he goes, for me? And his eyes got huge, and he was so excited. I'm like, see, yes, it's for you. And I give him the Bible. He's like, oh, gracias, thank you, gracias. And he takes it with him, and he was so happy because he had walked 5 days, walked up that mountain, walked into church, heard the gospel, and then he's now standing there as a Christian in the study, and he got his first Bible. And he was so happy. And I gave one to the other guy, and he was just as excited. And we come back the next week, and we do another study. And I'm sitting there teaching him, and I'm teaching him what the name of Jesus means. And he's taking the blank pages in the beginning and the end of the Bible, and he's taking notes in them, and he's learning as much as he can. And then a couple weeks later, he actually had to go back to Haiti. So he takes the Bible, he puts it in his pocket. He had like cargo pants on, so he had those big pockets in the side. And he puts it in his pocket, and he walks back with the Bible in his pocket, the notes in the Bible, and just the clothes on his back. And he walks another 5 days back to Haiti, and he starts taking that Bible that he has and the notes that he has in it, and he's not only sharing the gospel, but he's teaching lessons, and he's just spreading the gospel all around Haiti. Now, where did he get the Bible? I handed it to him after we brought it over on a mission trip where we had funds that provided those Bibles to even make that possible. And now he's spreading the gospel in the Dominican and in Haiti. And it all started with donations. Like, I know you guys can't always see exactly what happens. You know, here at Branch, we want to be able to do the best thing that we can, the best things that we can to make it so you guys can be involved. And that's why we're going to have so many videos going out and take all the time to do that with your support financially, that is. But that's the difference that it makes. And we just hope that you guys would be able to see that and donate to Branch Ministries.
We often show our love for God and His gospel in the steps that we're willing to take to see that it is successfully given to every person. So guys, please remember to go back and watch our main video if you haven't seen what exactly it is that we do here, and you'll see exactly what your donations and what your financial assistance helps us be able to do.